Hello, I'm Dr. Stowe, and I welcome you to the second part of Overview of Legal Environment of Business, BA 251. In this short presentation, I want to present to you an overview of the learning productivity strategies that I'm going to share with you before we actually begin the formal course. You know, most of the courses we take focus entirely on the material, with really very little assistance on what strategies we can use to learn more productively, more efficiently, with less stress and hassle. So, we're going to start off this course by looking at time management, note-taking, a strategy for reading, for knowledge, as opposed to trying to read to memorize, and a strategy that has us learn by becoming familiar with the material and by understanding why the material is important. We'll have some detailed PowerPoints on each of these issues that I'll be posting and making available to you to watch at your convenience, in addition to presenting them to you in class. Again, these basic components include, number one, time management, note-taking, where we convert class time to learning time. But note-taking is not just an academic skill. It's probably the most important skill you will learn that you can use at the workplace. An extremely important business skill, not just for sales, but also relevant to this course, to help keep you out of trouble through documentation of conversations and instructions. We'll look at reading for learning, a strategy to reduce the time of just trying to read word for word, but rather reading idea to idea. And I'm going to share with you a strategy on focusing on the so what of all the material in the course. Let's start with time management. You know, stress comes from being overcommitted, from having a lack of a plan, from being tense over how are you going to do what you need to do. When you have core values, goals, and commitments that are out of alignment with each other, that also causes some fundamental stress. So we're going to do a class exercise and homework. You'll watch some video PowerPoint. You'll take a little quiz on time management. Then I'm going to ask you to submit your 4 core values, your 4 semester goals or objectives, and you'll fill out a schedule of activities and commitments. We'll review them in class in little teams, and I think you'll be surprised at what you discover, and this is going to result in some helpful insight. Note-taking. Again, most critical business skill, not just an academic skill. I also want to point out to you that in business, when you go in to meet your boss and talk to your boss, you want to come in there with a pad of paper and a pencil or pen ready to take notes. There is nothing more flattering and nothing more rude than just sitting in a meeting with nothing in front of you, as though what they have to say is not valuable or important. So our objective is to share a strategy of how to take notes so you get a complete audit trail of key ideas instead of trying to play dictation, which is laborious. Sometimes notes taking gets in the way of listening. Under this strategy, I'm going to show you how to avoid that. Reading. We all read, but the problem is, you know, we spend hundreds of dollars on textbooks, we get excited, we start to read it, and we get bored and turned off, and a lot of people don't read much of any of the textbooks. What a waste of money. This textbook that I have chosen for you is really great. It has a shelf life of a good 10 years, and it's going to be an excellent reference that will save you thousands of dollars of legal fees. The emphasis of this course is pragmatic use of legal reasoning and your knowledge of law to avoid litigation, to avoid getting into legal hassles with regulatory agencies. So we've got to read the book. But I've got a class demonstration, and we're going to use that to help prepare you for the first quiz of the course on Chapter 1, well, the first chapter quiz of the course. Very useful. Now, our goal is to create a binder. In that binder, you're going to have your textbook, because I'm encouraging you to buy your textbook from the university bookstore. Any profit goes into student activity funds. Why send a profit somewhere else? I just don't get it. I negotiated a really good price for the material, and I put it in a format of 3-hole punch, so you don't have to carry the whole textbook around all the time. Now, that plus the handouts that you can download from the PowerPoints for the course, and you're going to have an extremely valuable binder. But what really makes it valuable are all of the notes that you're going to take each class that will help frame a study guide, but more important than that, later in life, in your career, a reference manual of potential legal issues you'll come across. Now, I'll confess I'm a little heavy on the lecture. Now, why? Because I've got a lot of material to cover, and I want to make sure I cover it in the manner in which your brain will be most receptive to actually learning in class, not studying at the last minute to cram, bam, memorize something that your brain says, exam is over, don't need it. If your brain understands why things are important and how you can use them in the future, your brain won't just memorize, it'll put it in long-term memory for your survival, for your prosperity. So early in the course, I'm going to show you the formats for taking notes. I'm going to take notes for you on the blackboard so you get used to the way to capture a conversation and have a good audit trail of ideas. Then after that, I'll check your notes and binder, give some sort of a grade or feedback for you. And then after that, if you want to go back to taking notes your way, by all means do it. But I think you're going to find this may be one of the more valuable aspects of the course. I'm going to try for class participation and involvement. I have a better schedule this semester than I did. I don't have the problems with computers of a website that didn't work. So I hope we'll have the time to have more interaction so that I can get you to be mentally involved in thinking through and processing as we go through this material together. Well, I want to thank you for taking this course. Those are the learning productivity strategies that I'll be presenting in this course, and there are specific video PowerPoints and quizzes designed to kind of carry you through this. We spend all this time in school. It's good to spend some time to improve our learning productivity. Again, thank you for taking the course, and thank you for attending Lander